All right.
There we go. I think we're
Gamers, the real start to the podcast is now. This is episode 98, I believe. I can barely count. I am your host, Iron Meta Frankie, and I'm here with
Kirby DK10 baby.
Yes, you know it. And we are quickly approaching the 2-year mark of 104 episodes. So, very exciting.
Of our weekly podcast.
Yes. The 10 viewers, they're screaming for more. Man. We're going to
I like
do
doing
this,
it, though.
baby. Yeah, it's fun. I do like doing it. It's just funny. I like it. It's a joy to do, though.
I guess we
Anyways.
can kind of hop right into it. This is going to be our third podcast yapping about this game. We got Meta Knight finally got Kirby Air Riders on his own Nintendo Switch too. Before that, I let him play it on mine, and I got it like day 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
And we played the original a lot, and we even went back and played the original before playing this one. And this one improves so much on the original, and on top of that, adds much more to it. And in the original game, you could only play as Kirby. You could unlock Meta Knight, and you could unlock King DDD, and that was it. Those are the only characters. You could play alternative colors of Kirby, but that's it. In this one, you can play as basically Kirby and almost every other enemy there has been or boss there's been in Kirby, the big ones at least.
Right.
And then they added 9 more maps, 9 more tracks. So the first game only had 9. This game has 18, so they doubled it. So I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun just playing the regular air ride mode. I almost have all of the challenges done. There's just one where you have to play as all the riders, and that's the only one I got. Yeah, I don't know. How have you been enjoying it, Meta?
Well, I've been really liking it, obviously. It's probably some of the most fun I've had, at least on the Switch 2 so far. Bonanza was good, in like the same way that like Odyssey was good, where it just provides that, kind of level to level 3D Nintendo experience. It's not even just a Donkey Kong one, and that's cool. But I really, really enjoyed Air Ride because it has that challenge of going against the bots or other people, and then also it's just, I don't know. It's like they took the game from our childhood and just made it, basically playable, a lot more playable. Because I do feel like that is one of those games that a lot of people have rose-tinted glasses for. And I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad game, the original, but it's more janky than you remember. So I've been very happy. I've been very happy with the, I don't know, just the outcome of how it turned out.
Yeah, for me, the air ride mode is probably the primary mode that I've been enjoying the most.
Right.
And
oh my goodness.
Sorry if you can hear that. And I know a lot of people would say that the city trial mode is the mode that you actually want to play. And that's like the main reason to get the game. It's basically, the best way I can describe city trial is it's basically Battle Royale before Battle Royale was invented. Where you have, well, in the original you had 4 players, in this one you have 16. You have 16 players go around and grab different items and power-ups, and then you have one final match at the end of the game to see who takes everything, who wins it all. And it can be like a drag race, it can be like a gliding challenge where you have to glide the farthest, it can be one where you have to hit targets that give you certain point percentages. There's all different ones that they have. There's even a battle mode. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't played too much City Trial. I think I've done maybe like 8 matches of it, like 3 online, 5 against bots, and it's basically the original game City Trial mode, but way better. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much it basically is It basically is just the original games, just everything but made better, really.
Yeah.
I know. I know you and I have, we've had some fun playing City Trial more recently. I do remember as a kid though that was a mode that we neglected quite a bit.
Yeah, I remember we did a lot of free running in City Trial, but we never actually played a lot of it. I don't think.
Yeah, and I saw a YouTube video of a guy who was saying the same thing, where like he remembers him and his brother would do that also. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I guess this is the thing. I guess that kind of leads into one thing that I do want to talk about, and that is the online mode. I did not know this going into it, and I don't know if Nintendo has officially made any statement on this. But the online mode seems to have died already for the most part. I mean, you can get to a match with like 4 real players, and then the rest will be bots, or like 2 real players and the rest will be bots. And I never realized that, so I was playing it. I'm like, wow, these people are really bad, and I think I was just playing against bots. So
yeah. I do think it's populated with a lot more bots than you expect, which is a little disappointing, but not surprising. Yeah, I don't know. It's is the online kind of dead for it? Do you think?
yeah, I think it's already kind of dead, and I think it's because it's a niche game on a brand new console that hasn't really got that big of an install base just yet. And so I think it just didn't sell as well as they expected. And the thing too is the online mode is split in between Air Ride, Top Ride, City Trial, and all those modes also have. You can play ranked, you can play quick play, or you can play like a paddock, which is like basically like a lobby, kind of like in Smash Bros, where you can set your own rules and stuff like that. So the online mode is split in between so many different modes and ways to play. I think that might be one reason why you don't get a lot of, actual players. One thing too is I did notice that while playing some of the races, you would see people chop around. They do this in kind of Mario Kart as well, where if they lag, it'll basically just have them jump to wherever they are on their screen instead of being like a rollback system where it kind of predicts where they are. It'll just zoom them forward or zoom them back. It's kind of weird. So basic Nintendo online stuff.
There. Yeah, real solid stuff there. Yeah, I have heard some issues with. I guess it's kind of rubber banding, you could say.
Yeah.
Which is not very surprising. Classic Nintendo. They'll never figure out online forever, and that's just where we are. I guess if I had to give like an overall review of Kirby Air Ride, I see it as another Nintendo game to add to the pool of party games that are fun for an hour or so, and then you don't play them, again for a while, like by yourself. But also, I also put it in the same pool as like Smash Bros, where you bring it over to a friend's house, you have a few drinks, you do a couple races, and then you go to Smash or another party game like Mario Kart or just something else, Mario Party. And I put it in that category of party game still, even though it's, to me, it is a lot of fun just as a solo game. Am I off on that, or?
No, you're not. You're not wrong on that. And they even added to the solo experience with the new road trip mode, which I actually really enjoy. It's kind of, to me, it's kind of like a roguelike where you go and you collect different power-ups from like the City Trial mode. So you have like glide, you have top speed, you have boost, you have weight, and all these different stats that you can collect as you go through a set path. There are set paths in the single player mode. My only problem with it is it's 10 stages. Each stage has 10 challenges that you go through. So it's about 100
Right.
challenges total, and it just plays and drags on a little bit more than I would like. It's the best way I can describe it is it's kind of like Smash Brothers Classic mode if it was extended and in like a racing game. And then as well as once you beat the single player, I'm not going to spoil anything, but once you beat it, you have to, if you want to get everything, you have to play it again. And it just feels like it drags on a little too much. But other than that, I mean, it's great. It's a great single player mode that they added. And yeah, and that's also one way. Playing through it the first time, you get one of the special carts that you can get in City Trial called the Legendary Machines, and it's called Gigantus. And basically, if you collect that one, the instead of having like a final battle at the end of the mode, it basically turns the mode into a 1v however many players you have. So it becomes like a 1v15 if you get that legendary machine, and you basically control the legendary machine against the other players, which is pretty cool.
Yes, yeah. I know what you're talking
And then
about.
the other legendary machine is the little lion guy, Leo, and he basically attacks. I think his whole meme is that he basically attacks very strong, so he's kind of like the battle machine. And then you have the two
Big strong.
You have the two classic machines, the Dragoon and the Hydra as well.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Can't escape.
I think I think for me, I would give the game like a 9 out of 10. It's a pretty good game.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely put it up there. I put it up that high as well. There's no microtransactions, no, kind of what I would consider BS. It's a game you buy, everything's there, and there is plenty of content for the taking if you're willing to put in the time to do it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And personally, for me, it's definitely game of the year. I know it released like right at the end of the year, so I know a lot of people would consider that like not included in that conversation. But I think as long as it releases within the year, it's technically could be game of the year. That's my personal system. So, yeah, I don't know. I think we yapped on enough about Kirby.
Yeah, I mean, this is the third time we covered it. I don't know if I have much else to say.
Yeah,
we've already said most of it, but
I think next week we'll have some more stuff.
yes,
stuff.
yes. I just cleared out my iPad. I had a bunch of crap on there. All right, all that storage opened up, baby.
Yeah. I guess we can move on to Metroid Prime 4. That also came out this week.
This is an interesting one because this is one that you and I have not played the originals. So I mean, we're not super attached to the game either way. I guess the big drama is there is a guy. Oh my goodness, what is his silly name?
Synthetic Man?
No, the guy in the game of Prime.
Oh, the engineer guy. I don't know.
Yeah, there is a guy who yaps
he's very
and yaps.
quirky.
Miles McKinsey. He's a quirky Redditor, white guy with glasses. Samus basically lands on this island, and he is like crash landed there and kind of a pussy, so he doesn't know what to do, and she has to save him. And he's like, "Oh no, Big Quirk Chungus, I can't, help me." And so she does, and then at some point in the game, he gets brought up to, I forget what they call it, but he gets brought up to like the corporate or whatever, to the Federation, and he will yap in your ear during the game fairly consistently.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's obviously a little cringe, but I think one thing that's kind of bigger for me is they have this open world section, and basically if you drive to this like ice environment first, you can't clear it, so then you drive to the fire one, and I think the engineer guy gets you like a fire upgrade. You go back to the ice thing, you try to melt it, and then you can't melt the ice wall that's like blocking you. It's like, bro, what? And I think you need like a different upgrade, basically. Then you have to drive back to this other area. It's a cluster. And then on top of that, like the open world aspect of it is basically just you driving around this open desert, like hitting crystals. The crystals are required, so at some point you might have to grind them, which just involves you basically driving in a huge circle and collecting as many as possible. And then they also have these like little mini levels, like they're basically just shrines from Zelda. I mean, Samus even like she activates the thing and then the platform like lowers down into the ground. It's obviously supposed to be shrines from Zelda. So I don't know, they just Nintendo is doing this thing now. They've gotten on this kick of like open world, and I don't see them ever like getting off of it unless a game does really bad.
Yeah, I think so. The Metroid simps will claim that this is very standard and very normal for the series, that games in the past have had large, empty hub worlds, and they say that this is very normal for the series, and that really you don't get harassed by these NPCs too much. And there has been a conversation for some of the earlier Metroid games. I'm trying to think of the one off the top of my head. It's not Prime, but it was the one afterwards. And I can't remember the name.
Other M?
Other M, yes, Other M. So that one also had other NPCs in it. And I think there is like a part of the player base that just can't stand having any NPCs in a Metroid game. But I think that's less of a problem, and I think the larger problem is that they keep diluting these games with Zelda-like mechanics, and it's kind of weird because the first Metroid Super, probably the only one that's like playable from that early batch, is really interesting because it's kind of like Zelda in that you go around the map, you unlock power-ups, and then there are 4 bosses to fight in that game, and then you win basically. So it's very funny because the very first one's kind of Zelda-ish, and so I feel like ironically 25 years later or whatever, it's come back full circle and has like reinfected the series with what I like to call Breath of the Wild syndrome.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, to me, like the sections that aren't the shrines and the open world part do look pretty much like the old Metroid Prime games do. I never played any of the. I mean, well, me and Meta never played any of the Prime games, so we don't know exactly what they played like. But just like visually looking at it, does look very similar to those early Prime games.
It does. I think we've talked about it before. Have we talked about the Breath of the Wild syndrome on the pod?
I think we did maybe last time, yeah.
But I just, oh my goodness, this cat. I just can't get over the obsession of them just adding in open worlds to every game. And just how empty it looks. Like, if y'all go and look up video of the desert, it is, like, pathetic. It is literally just sand and, like, a few hills. And there's enemies, like, maybe every, 2 miles or something. And a shrine every, like, 5. Like, it's really, really bad. I'm impressed they even released it like that.
Yeah.
That open world is horrendous. But I do like the vibe of the game. I have a friend at work who actually went and got the game. He didn't know it came out, and I reminded him, so he went and got it this Friday. He had already paid for it. So I guess I'll get his review when I go back. So there's that, too. I actually have someone who's played it that I know. So, and that'll be more of a casual input on that, too, so that'll be good.
I'm looking through this Reddit post, and it's saying it people are saying they're actually enjoying it quite a bit, at least the combat side of it. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe besides like the NPCs, it's probably a pretty good, decent game, I guess.
So, from what I can gather is there are kind of two camps. There are the people that are really, really against it, and they think it's like a bastardization of Metroid or whatever, and then there are the people that are like really simping for it pretty hard. I guess, which isn't surprising. I do think if you buy the game and it's really going to bother you, you can turn off subtitles and you can just mute character dialogue. So, and it actually plays. What's funny is there's a guy on YouTube who actually turned off the character dialogue and the subtitles, and like you can play it on silent because you can tell what the NPCs want you to do without voice. So
yeah, might just be the way to play it, man.
Yeah, if you really want that sense of isolation, I guess just mute them. It'll be funny. It'll look like a silent film, but you know.
Yeah.
All these games, I guess my only other beef with it is like all these modern games in general, they're all so samey. Like it looks like something that EA would make, which I guess is my biggest beef with it. Is like it just looks like a modern like slot game. I don't know.
Yeah,
how else
I'm
to
just
put
saying
that.
the desert looks like it was made really quickly. Like there doesn't seem to be any like big set pieces. It's just a gigantic open sandbox sand. You know,
I think they literally just generated it. I think they just like went into whatever program they made it in, and they just were like, you know, they just had it generate random little hills and stuff, and then just worked off that. But that's just my cynical theory.
I also do want to touch on this too. Is like, I don't know if you've seen like the amiibo.
I have the one on the motorcycle.
The one on the motorcycle, the one
person.
where she's pointing her weapon. I haven't seen it in person, but just like looking at this online, it looks like the amiibo are very small figurines. I don't know exactly how big these ones are, but they have a lot of detail in them.
The motorcycle's fairly big.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the motorcycle one being good, but like the Samus Aran where she's just like holding her pistol out, or her like whatever cannon. To me, there looks like so much detail, and I don't know exactly how that's going to translate into like the actual, you know, like actual.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I feel like over time they have gone deeper and deeper into making these amiibos more and more detailed, and I think it's like their way of like trying to justify the higher price tag for them. I will say I think it's really funny that in order to get in order to get music in the desert area, because otherwise it's completely silent, you have to have the motorcycle amiibo, which is $40. I don't know if you can scan the other ones or not, but yeah, I just think it's really funny.
Yeah.
People like the amiibo. It has good reviews, by the way, on Best Buy. And, you know.
I mean, the Silas one looks pretty cool.
It does. I mean, I like the detail. I think it'll turn out okay.
Look at the...
No one seems to be buying or reviewing Silas on Target, at least, so that's sad. But
I mean, it looks like they actually did get quite a bit of the details in with the Samus one, so I mean, maybe.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean,
yeah.
I actually, ironically, think the least detailed one is the motorcycle one, which is kind of ironic. But
yeah.
It
doesn't look that great. But
how do you feel? How do you feel about locking the desert music behind the amiibo?
Bro, it's pretty scummy, honestly. That's really bad. Like, what was it? Another Metroid, or no, the Metroid 2 remake that Nintendo officially came out with on the 3DS. That only had like hard mode unlocked by the amiibo. I think they even updated the game to where you could get it without the amiibo by getting it on hard mode, I think. And and which is cool that you could at least get it, but locking music behind it, that's real scummy.
Yeah, it's probably one of the shittiest things Nintendo's done this, this year. I think it's really, really shit to do that.
Yeah.
I can understand, raising game prices. I can understand charging more to get, 4K 60 on a handheld console. I can understand that. But like locking menu music behind an amiibo is so fucking cringe.
Yeah.
I do imagine they might lit up on that rule, and there might be a way to actually get the music eventually. But who knows?
Yeah, and I will say the amiibo quality has gone quite a bit up, especially in recent years. I actually did get the Kirby amiibos, or well, one of them, the one where he's riding the star, and it's really good. It does have like a little bit of a. I noticed that like on his hands, it looks like maybe it was just in shipping or something, but it looks like his hand did get like scraped, and the plastic is like a little weird on his hand. But other than that, I mean, their amiibo quality is usually pretty good, and to me, the amiibos are always just something that is more for like the looks of it. It's not so much the functionality. A lot of them don't have great functionality. Like the Smash ones to me are probably the most useless ones. And I mean the ones that are like game specific are like really big and cost a lot of money. So it's like unless you're a huge fan of that game, I wouldn't recommend you get them.
Well, yeah, and even then, I mean, this is something I've noticed with Nintendo games is Nintendo games are really good. They're fun to play. Like you probably get addicted to them for like a couple weeks, and then you just stop. And I know that's a problem with other games too, but I've noticed like all of Nintendo games are like that for me. So it's always been really odd buying amiibos for them because unless it's a game like Smash or a game that like I know I'm gonna play with other people, it's like I don't know if I want the amiibo for that, but also like I'm probably just not gonna play the game for like another 2 or 3 years again, if even. So yeah, I don't know. It's an odd marketplace. It's an odd item. I've always thought so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for Nintendo. I guess we can go into Call of Duty if we want to.
Yeah, I mean this one would be more your bag because I do not have COD yet.
Nah.
So yeah.
But I did get to at least play Season 1, experience a little bit of it. I did get to try the new weapon now. To me, it reminds me a lot of the like Vesper SMG from like Black Ops 3. It's very fast fire rate and kills quite quickly. And I also did pick up the Maddox as well, which is, it's your basic like reliable AR. Basically like balanced at everything, not really bad at anything. Which I think is it was kind of a weapon they were lacking in the base game. A lot of them didn't really feel like they were that basic AR. So, other than that, I did get to experience Standoff and Odyssey. I haven't been able to get the other two maps. People just haven't been voting for those in the playlist for Season 1. Odyssey is the 2v2 map, so it's a lot smaller, so a lot of people are just picking that one because they want a small map, which I get, but I also want to play
sounds about
different
right.
maps. And it's not the greatest map. It's 3 lanes, but the 3 lanes are very small, very close quarters map. It's not, to me, it's not like a shoot house, like where you have some variation in the gunfights. It's all like close quarters and very hectic. I didn't like the map at all. And Standoff is obviously, I thought the funniest thing was I was playing Standoff and I was playing with the Peacekeeper and I was just thinking to myself like, damn, it's been like 13 years since Black Ops 2 and I'm still playing with the same shit, basically. And I was like, fuck. The game's never going to be as good as back then, but
No, well, that's what's so funny about like I don't know. That's what's so funny about like the series to me is like they keep trying to revive the good old, the good old days of the series, and it's never happening. It's cooked. It's cooked.
yeah. And then the last thing is I did get to play the survival map Exit 115, which I thought the new survival map was going to be in part of like Astra Malorum, but it's not. It's just another area from the original Ashes of the Dam map in this game, but like sectioned off. It's just the diner area. It's very hard to like train. There's like you kind of have to train around the whole map in order to have one. And so it's just I don't know. It's not a great map for the survival map. I mean, I guess it could be okay if you play like 4-player or multiplayer, but at least single player wasn't that great. And then mule kick is pretty standard. Yeah, I would say a pretty good season for at least the first one to kick it off. I think it's a pretty good season so far.
Okay, well,
just standard.
They also
added They also added the ballistic knife as like the first weapon you can unlock from the weekly challenges. So annoying, by the way. People are like getting me all the time, and I'm like, bro, the game. I didn't even know the ballistic knife was out, and people are just now knifing everywhere. I'm just like, please stop with the knife only gameplay.
Dude, only use me blades back, bro.
Yeah, basically.
That is funny. Yeah, well, they didn't add that tomahawk in first, huh?
No, the tomahawk was already in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, I think it's about it for the pod, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those weeks. Yeah, I think that's it. I was checking to see if there's anything else, but no, I'm cooked.
Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the pod.
Yeah.
It's been your boy, Kaviti K10. Peace.
It's been your boy, Meta. Bye.